Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influence's interest on YouTube.
What's going on, people? This is Influence, and I'm back with another review. And of course, this is Acoustic Wave, which is Robot Paradise Acoustic Wave. We all know it's fanstoys, Soundwave, and I've been waiting for this figure, and finally it's here. Shout out to Chosen Prime for shipping it quickly. They had some delays, so that's why I haven't got this until now. But they did communicate with me, so I'm always appreciative when the stores communicate with me. No sponsor, nothing, just wanted to shout them out because they seem to do good business. All right, let's get into this review. I'm on fanstoys box, but it's not really. It's kind of different. You know, it's Robot Paradise, so they have the little differences, but still got the product shots as they do. Nothing on the bottom, nothing crazy, and that's pretty much it. Next up is the book. Book is pretty good. It's fine. Has everything you need and does do a pretty good job of showing what you need to transform this thing. Comes with 2 cards. One for Soundwave and one for Frenzy. Yes, this is Frenzy for me. I know it might not be Frenzy for you, but it's Frenzy for me. And he's actually in Soundwave right now, so let's see him. And it's that's a great figure in itself too. For the mini tapes, it's all, I think the whole thing is metal. The whole thing is die cast. I couldn't really find no plastic parts on them, which makes for great feeling tape. We know this whole thing is a lot of die cast in it, so it does feel hefty and heavy. And I'm not the person that always needs a lot of die cast. I don't always say a figure is great because of die cast, but it does add to figures when it's done right. And fanstoys always do the die cast right. I don't care what anybody says. So then you have all these extra parts here. These are all the extra parts in order to make Soundwave into the toy version. You have a toy head. Let's see. I like the cartoon version, but I'll show the toy version off later. You got Frenzy's rumble things, and you got heads for Frenzy as well. You might as well show those off. I do like them. Got the little smirk going on, little like angry face here. Pretty good faces. Frenzy here before we tackle Soundwave. He's simple to transform. I know, fanstoys simple, but it is very simple. It's actually more simple than I think than official. Those guns go in there, they peg on. They have like a peg hole in there. You can see it a little bit in these 2 pegs. You just take that out, put that down, take that out. They're in a bag in the box. You might overlook them. I did. I couldn't find them, but they're like stuffed in the bottom underneath the tape. I didn't look well. There was a couple things in there in different compartments. So you get the gun out, put the wings down, and you can flip this out here. Flips this out. And you have that. It's painted well. It's all plastic. Then you do that. Now in order to get this leg out, it's like a double hinge there. So you want to try to, I usually put it up like that and then pull it out, and it kind of, see that double hinge kind of goes, move it in there like that. Again, I kind of pull it out because it kind of makes it go out automatically. Pull this down, got that, pull that down, get the body going. Then the feet, just on a hinge and a ball joint. pull that out, then get the heel spurs. Some of them, I try to do it without a tool because you can. I want to show that you can do it without a tool, but for the sake of time, I'll probably get a tool for a lot of stuff. Now his bottom half is done. Arms, you just want to pull out like this, then fold them out. Then you can fold his fist out. You can get these shoulders how you want them. They are on a sliding joint where they slide out a little bit farther, but I don't know if I like that far. I think it should be like in the middle, or not all the way closed maybe, but kind of in the middle there. Flip this out. Flip his head out and turn him around. And there you go. See his face. His face is pretty great. And you have these. These can go back here if you want them to. Of course, I'll put them on wrong. Then you have this. Only gripe I have is where this folds in. You can kind of see. It kind of doesn't fill in that. But that's a little pick. I wish I had Takars. I have it somewhere. It's packed away. I use MMC's tapes because I think they go well. I like the size comparison. I think these are a little too small, but these tapes are really nice. They're really nice, really hefty, really good. And you can also put this in his hand. Kind of clamps around his fist. Then he has his guns. And for his articulation, he has the shoulders go all the way around. He can get all the way up like this. You got a kind of double jointed elbow, but it's double jointed the wrong way. So you can get that, and then you can get it out kind of if you need it. His legs, he can do the splits. It's crazy. He's very articulated. He can do the hurdles. Got knees that's not double jointed, but because of transformation, he can get all the way back. In the feet, he got a rocker, goes that way is on a ball joint. You go back like that, down and up, and you can move this individually. Articulation, this guy is really good. Here's MMC's version next to, and I think that's better. Like, I just like those sizes comparisons, and I think that looks great together. But this is a great tape. If you want a tape that fits in the Soundwave, it can't be beat. Also, I have Laserbeak, Takara Laserbeak, so I can show. I mean, I'm waiting for the tapes. Tapes should be out soon, maybe next week. I'm not sure, but just to show what they look like, you can definitely use him. And let me see if he fits. And see if Takar's tape fits in here. Probably not. I don't think they. No, I think fanstoys are a little bit smaller. Stop trying. So, which is smart, because now they can sell more. They can sell more toys, which is a great business move. That doesn't fit in, because people would probably just use Takar's tapes and not need new tapes, but you do if you want them to fit into Soundwave. It's just like how you're going back to like if you was going back to the tape mode, you just fold the arms up put them on like that. Then you can push the button. There's a button on the side right here that you push. Whoa, why it's off. So you push this button, gotta hold it, and then those pop out. Pretty strong too, they're spring loaded. And I don't think it matters which side it goes on, it looks the same. And there you go, you have the power drivers. Just like, no, you can get them because of how this moves. Like you could get it how you want it and kind of turn it like this. You get these out here. He has great articulation, so then you could try to get over this way. Just a quick pose. Of course, he needs the Energon cube. You can pop that. You can put some water in it if you wanted to. Make food coloring water, or you can stick it on here and make it look like he's creating a Energon cube like he did. I think that's great and normal. That's the normal. Again, he has no trouble really standing up when I'm posing him on a shelf. I did put him on my shelf just to show, just to look. And it's my table really. Also get this tape case for the tape that fits in here. And that's it. Phew. A lot of accessories. Now you have his guns. Of course, we'll get into those. This right here pops up. It's hard to get up, so you stick it. I stuck it on there and then pulled a little, and then it comes out. But when you take it off, it's usually like this, and this is out, but then you can just collapse it. You know, it turns into the battery. Has the missiles, the paint. Paint is great, of course. Then you have his gun, normal gun. Has a paint, red paint, blue, really nice. Then you can just do the same, what you can normally do with him. Close it, push this in, and then that folds up. And they look like the two batteries. Now for the main course. See his face. Head sculpt is money. Whole sculpt is money. Nice yellow. Yellow is done well. Paint is done well. Does have some bleed around here. It looks like it could have been done a little better, but I mean, yellow, you know, is hard to do. Now, when you first get it, there's a few things you have to do that's not done. This isn't right. The waist is turned around, and there's this peg right here. You'll see it going transformation. I'll point it out again. That was up, and actually if you have the peg up, it gives it a little wiggle. Articulation. So articulation is pretty good. You get down like that, you get up a whole lot, and you get all the way around. No side to side, because you're like kind of on a hinge, I believe. Arms. Get all the way out like that, and that's ratcheted. You got this joint right here that you can get a butterfly with. It's pegged right here. When you put it in, you gotta kind of like put it in like that, and when you're taking it out, you gotta kind of move it from the back, and then it'll pop out, and then you can move it. But you can use that as like the butterfly, so you can get his arm all the way over like that, get it all the way back. It's transformation also, but I think it is doubling. You got a single joint, but it gets you way more than 90 degrees. Your bicep swivel up here. You get a waist. He does have a big backpack. I mean, you can't really, I don't know what you can do about that, and it hinders his waist swivel a little bit. You got crunch, not really back, but you get forward, and you can get some side to side if you undo this right here. So let me show that real quick. It's this right here. Now when you get it, I think I said it before, when you get it, that's up and it should be down. So you will get this side to side. But if you want that articulation, you can unhook one and get it. You can unhook both of them and get it. And then you got the, you got the little side to side action. So you get extra articulation. You got the skirts individual all the way around, except for the back. You got just this thing. Then you got it movement right there. That's on that kind of swivel. These will move if you unhook these, but they don't really move. You get, it's friction, but it holds really well. I don't know how long that will hold up, but we'll see. You get soft ratchet forward, and back is kind of limited in the back, but it does hold well. The ratchets. Hands, I was going to do hands. You got individual fingers, of course. Each knuckle and a hand looks like a real hand, where they're all different sizes. And then you got individual knuckles on each that move. The thumb just moves at the end, that one. So you can get that, and it's like the rounded. I think it's the better fingers. To me, I like them better. We did that. Knee, not double jointed, but the way the joint is, it gets way more than 90 degrees. So that's good, and it's ratcheted. Toes now. Toes get pointed. You can point it down. Doesn't really go up. Goes up a little bit. Like this, it goes up. And then you can get the rocker. And the rocker, at first I thought it was just the toe, but it's the whole foot. But the outside of the outside of the feet don't move. But you can get the whole rocker there. So it lends for a little better maneuvering. Like, I wasn't sure about it. I thought it was just the feet. So I thought it would be really unstable. But me, as the whole thing with the kind of heel spur and everything involved, it's cool. In the back is pretty clean besides this, but I guess they could have folded it out somehow, but I don't know what they would have did. It's a pretty hefty figure. So now I'm gonna get him into, and I'll probably fast forward the part, like putting the parts on, so you can just see. Do the legs first, since that's the most. And there you go. I did one side and the head just so you can compare the two. So you can see what it looks like with the two. Our mold. Again, this is not the official, but it's the same mold. So I figured I'll bring it out so you can see how they look together. And I may compare the two. I know it's not a 1-to-1, but my comparison is not going to be like super, it's just going to be a subjective comparison. It's not going to be like really basically aesthetics. That's it. And he's back to himself, kind of. Me personally, I like the cleaner look, but I do mix and match, and this is how I'm gonna have mine. I have his shoulders on. I do like the non-plain shoulders, and I also have, oh, I forgot to put this on as well. I think that's for the toy version, but I mean, it doesn't really change much. But again, what I was saying is I like this head. I like these shoulders, like these knees, just to give it a little bit of breakup. But I like the legs clean, so I'm not using none of that, and I don't like the extra bulk on the side. I like this cleaner. So I think I like the way this looks. Gives me some breakup, gives me some mix and match. So just to compare him to some other figures, I got Starscream and Megatron. Of course, that's not the official Megatron and official Starscream, but you know, I mix and match my collection because I like some real world, I like some tune accuracy. I think the characters are great. Now, I do think my Megatron needs to be updated. I think I'm going to get the official one. But I think this doesn't look bad. This looks great. And I'm happy with this Soundwave. I'm glad I played the long game. Get into the transformation of Soundwave into his alt mode. Everything I put on can be transformed. He can be transformed with it on, and it doesn't change the transformation any. So don't worry about that if you're wondering how the setup is. Doesn't matter. So you want to make his fist, put his thumb down, make his fist ball up, pull that up, pull that in, and then close it. Again over here, down. I'll show his arm. It's a little fist is connected to it, so you can just pull the fist and it'll come out. Just make sure this is a ball. Fold it in, then fold this up, and then click right there. Just got that going on. Backpack, you want to kind of pull it, you can pull it up and kind of, but don't pull it all the way. Like if you pull it up a little bit, it'll get enough separated from this, because this is really hard. You try to pull that back, pull this up, flip this over, might as well, because you need to. And I get this situated, pull this down. You don't have to do it right now, just leave it like that. Then you can spin this around. And normally, let me put these back down because they're usually down, and that's what gives it a little stability. But those are, I said it before, they don't come down, they come up. Maybe some people's came down, I don't know, but you want to spin this around so you get it like this, and then you have all this in the back. Then you can move this back down like this. Put his head around. Be careful, try not to scrape the paint, of course. And it fit flush right here. and you take his two weapons. It shows them putting them in here, but I don't think it matters really any. And you just put that up like that. It's in the final resting place. This peg up here you can push down. You don't need it up anymore. Now you want to get under. You see this peg. Pull that out, and then kind of point this forward, tip it forward so you can get this up like that, because then once you get all that up, get this up too, then you can turn the legs around. So you turn the whole waist around, and then you turn the legs back, just on the bottom hinge. Should nothing else move. Turn that hinge around. Now you can move these up again. Move them all the way up flat. You can see that up flat, because then you're going to push this all the way up. And you'll see that screw, it'll be, can't really see it but it'll be at the bottom. So then you retab this into this crotch area. You fold these up here and fold them back around. They just go up like that. Then these again, fold it around, push it up. Like that. Now this, you want to move on this joint right here. You can't really see that, but it's a joint right there. Don't move this, because this is super flimsy. See, if you move this whole thing, this will break. So what you want to do is kind of hold it and just move that like that. Flip these out. And you want to flip these flaps out. Kind of want to get it around. It's like two little thin pieces there. Then you fold it and hinge it, and it pegs in right here, and it goes like this. You just want to get this peg is already out, so you want to get it out, and it kind of goes there, and you have a tab there that goes in here, then this tab goes in there. So you just push this back, kind of get it in the best that you can. Of course, be careful with all tabs in well. Again, and like I said before, this tab right here is hard to get out because it's like kind of like a hook. So you want to kind of bend it like that in the back and then pull it out. And when you're going in, you want to go in like that too. You get this back here. It's on this double hinge. Just double hinge it back. There we go. Pull these out. Pull these up. And as you see, they still transform the same as the other ones. I think it's great that they made that happen. Pull this up. Out of here. It's off like this. And then flap this out. And then there's a flap right here that you flip out. Then this goes up there like this. You just leave it in that manner. This tab right here you want to pull out, because then you're going to move this way and just leave it like that. Pull this out like that. try to get this together. Try to get this out as far as you can. It gets stuck a little, but it can come out this far, so this clears. And then you can move this down like that and flip this out. This flap. And this flap is flipped out when you first get it too. Then it goes back up like this. This side as well. Unpeg that back there. Like that. Don't move that. Make sure that doesn't move. Stays like that. And then just move this. Move this out so you can get this cleared. Put that down. Flip that back up. Then you flip this all the way around and it sits like that. This does the same thing over here. This one's, I don't know, this one's weird, kind of, for some reason. Then you can get this. Again, just pull this out. Flip that out. And you flip this flap out like that. And then you just move it and it stays like that. Now these feet, move the feet like this. Then you move them like this. So if you see that again, move it down, then you turn it, so then it'll stay like, and you can tell because this goes and wraps around this little pinhole, and these pegs right here go into these screw holes. So then I'll show it from here. You move that like that, move this down like this. This all straight. And if you saw, it's like a double hinge, so when you're putting it up, you might be up too high to get it into there, and you gotta try to like scoot it down, and it'll go right, you know, right in there. It's not hard at all. You'll see this tab right here. This tab goes into that. This tab right here tabs into there. You kind of move it like that while it's down, and you get this kind of underneath here, because you'll see what all that does in a minute. And then this has to go around up in here. It's easier said than done, and it's easier shown than just said. So let's move this up here like this. And you get those tabs where I told you, where I said the tab. Make sure, try not to scrape nothing. There we go. Just tab back there. And you can tab this in. If the foot is right, you gotta get the foot right to get this tabbed in. But if the foot's right, it'll tab in fine. This right here is kind of tricky, because you want to kind of get it behind it. You gotta kind of put it down like this and get it behind it, but I'll do that in a minute. Let's just worry about this side. And see, it came off really easy with that. This is tight. I'm gonna flip this down. There we go. Flip that down, flip this around. Then there's a peg right here that pegs like that way, and it's on this kind of double hinge slider thing. You gotta try to slide it in and then peg it onto here, which it pegs with no problem at all, like no issue. It's not tight, it's not hard. Then you just want to flip this up. This peg goes into here. There we go. Knew that wasn't right. I was trying to get that right, but show it a little. You want it down. I put it up. I just like automatically, but really you want it down, and then move this like that, because then this will get underneath where it needs to be. Now that peg hole goes to that peg. This peg hole goes to that peg over there, and of course up here. But we'll get to that. Put it out a little bit. Then flip this side panel out, again tight. You'll probably get loose. I'm sure it's due to paint. This one's really tight. There we go. I haven't had no paint issues yet. Knock on wood, knock on plastic. I don't even know why I put this away. Flip that out. Again, just like the other side, you got the doubled kind of hinge thing. That one did a little better. It's up. It's in there like that. And now for this thing, you want to bend it down like that. Try to get it underneath. Watch the paint, of course. There we go. Got it underneath that, Then kind of move it out as you're moving it down. And then you can peg it into this. It's a slot right there that goes in. I can never get it like 100% correct. It's just the way it is. Then flip this little flap back here, cover the rest of it a little bit. You see it's doesn't look the cleanest on the bottom, but it doesn't look terrible. And there you go. We have the tape deck. You can see it's super clean, super clean. These work. Well, don't work, but they go up and down. See, the top is pretty clean. Yeah, I know, panel lines everywhere, but you know what I mean. It looks like the brick that it is. It looks like what it's supposed to look like. And you see all the aesthetic changes that I did does not show, except for this up here. But again, that's not bad. The eject button, that works. Show this button over here works. I don't think it has any details, but I'm okay with that. Back looks like Soundwave. Got the button here that works, volume button. So yeah, this is like a brick. The paint is great. Really feeling it. These buttons don't push in or anything. But I love the paint. I love this thing. I am not disappointed. Like, I've been waiting for it for years. When they first announced it, like, not recently. You know, those that have been in the game for a minute know when they first announced it. So now we're gonna go the other way. So now I'm gonna get him changed, and then we'll do Soundwave. So if you want to stick around to see that, but it'll be chapters in the description, of course. All right, so to transform him back, collapse him, move his head around, fold these up. I already put the hands in, put the hands in, and then like kind of fold these closer together. Flip it over. It should fit in that little area. Kind of soft peg. Same thing over here. Did that, but then like kind of get it as close as possible on that little hinge thing. Kind of soft peg it on. Take his guns, flip that up. See that little tabs in there. Just tab it on. Other gun, flip up, fold it, tab it on. Flip the heel spurs out, pull these up, flip the heel spurs out, put them up flush. Move these like this, move this up, kind of flush in there. So it's a right angle, and then move that up. So who said I wouldn't use geometry? Get that right angle. I think that's geometry. Then you kind of get it as good as you can. I don't know if I showed the paint on here as well. Like the tape paint makes it really look like a tape. Put these in like this. You're really supposed to put a tape in like this, but it doesn't. I don't know. Well, yeah, it does fit. There we go. There's also a button here that I believe helps push the tapes out. It doesn't seem to work too well, but if you stick the tapes in, I believe more than one can go in here. Yeah, so back there, more than one can go in. And then you kind of push that thing and it pops them out. So let's get this back into robot mode. I like to lift these things up so I don't forget. Now be careful because it's very flimsy and it's a hard peg. So while you're lifting, I'm gonna use something so I can just like kind of turn it, lift it maybe. You want to hold back here because while you're lifting, it'll all of a sudden uncatch, and you know, if you're pulling it and it uncatches, you could just rip that off. So again, over here, that one's a little bit better. Not bad. Take care of these legs. Get this down here. Flip this over to the right spot. Put this up here like that. Flip this just because you need it to be done. So want to make sure these are off. I can't ever get mine on. You can if you really try, but mine are usually off anyway. Just so you're out of the woods with that. Sure, you can move these down. Move this out the way a little bit. And like that, and then do the same over here. It's not hard at all. It looks like a lot of steps. Move this. Not really though. It's not really difficult. It does have a few more steps than you may think, but again, it's not It's not hard at all. Flip this up. Make sure that is done. Already did that. So then pull that away. Make sure you get this how you need it, just so it's out the way. Now I usually do a series of things that I may forget to do. Not really forget, but just easier to do now. So I always lock these legs just so I can get them in place. So they're locked. So now you have the legs like this. Bring the feet down. Now this happens, this is a gripe. I know it's not glued on because of the interchangeable, but here they are up here, and I just noticed them up here, but it happened before. So they will get stuck up there because that tab is pretty secure, and it sits secure down here, but that peg is so strong up there that it just rips it right out. So now move this out, go. So let's get the feet. Feet sometimes come out already. Then you move them like this, and then you can move them over and tab them in. Again over here, move the feet down, move them over like that, and tab them in right there. Now these, before you put these up, do want to already put this in. So get this out of here. It's kind of flimsy too, so be careful. You flip it around, and you put it down. And all pegs there, nice and neat. Again over here, this one's a little better. Flip it down, peg it in nice and neat. Now you want to get these down. You have to have this open so it has room. You just flip it around, push it back up. Now you can put this back up there, right under that knee. There you go. Over here again, I'll show it. This one again is a little bit tighter. You move that out, flip that up, move that in, then you can move this up. Now you got the legs done. This you want to pull out, then pull it out of that. There you go. Flip this in, up and around. Flip this in, up and around. Then you want to turn this again. Turn it at that. Kind of hold that so you don't mess it up. Flip this up. Trying to show it at a good angle. The feet are making the camera lose focus. Flip that up. Kind of move this forward a little bit, then pull that out there. Now pull this down. You can see that screw moving. It is kind of tight until you get it all the way down. Do the arms so we can get all this out the way. Put that back down. Pull that out. I think I told you about this peg right here. You want to kind of put it in like this. Then it goes in. Let me try it. Yeah, you just need the right leverage. It'll go in easy. Flip this out. Got both of those joints in. Then you want to flip this back up. Kind of move this a little. Then you can get this out. Get the guns out. Then with this up like this, now you can work on this stuff, which is easier to work on when all this is up. So now what you want to do is twist this waist, just the waist. get these right here. You might have to pull it up again because it fell down, but you push these down. Make sure it's all the way up or it won't fit. There we go. Push this side down. Lean it a little bit up that way. There we go. Connect these tabs there and push up. Move this down. Move this down. This can tab in too. There. Move that down. Now move the waist all the way around. Get close. The only thing left is the head and the arms. You're gonna get the head out. It is tight, of course, like everything else is. Now you flip this up here. Kind of hides the backpack a little bit more, a little better, I guess. You get the arms out or the hands out, flip them, get them right, flip these, get them right. Now for these, kind of hard, pull it out, pull this out. This gets difficult, so I'll just get a tool, push it out, and you can pull it out the rest of the way. Get in this hand, go. This, of course, that goes out. Put this peg up. Then this is kind of hard to get out. So what I was saying earlier, I just put it on here. And then, okay, not far enough. Gotta get it a little farther. And then you can pull it and you see that it pops out. Get this back out. So it's as long as it should be. Then you can get the twist, you can get the aiming. Back to robot mode. And he's a great figure. I definitely recommend him. I definitely feel like they knocked it out the park. Like if you feel like you didn't need to update the Soundwave, after you get this figure, you would change your mind. I believe. Just my sensibilities. The car's mode is classic, so there's that. But I was holding out. I definitely was holding out for this, and it did not disappoint at all. All right, so I will get up with you guys in another video. I thank you for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, or if you skipped around, either way, I thank you for coming and showing up for my reviews. Not the best, not the worst, but I do what I do. All right, so until next time.
Ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you're alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.